So today we're going out on the road to go and surprise one of my friends who looks after me in hairdressing to clean her car. She normally takes it to a roadside car wash and I'm going to see if I can make her really impressed with my results. So now the car's loaded up, let's get on our way. So we've arrived at our destination, which is Capital Hair and Beauty in Slough. And this is where I get my products. I've been talking Holly into getting her car done for quite a long time. So here we have the products here. We've got my hose reel attached to the back of my X5. We've got the Council K10. We've got a crappy little one that I used to have that's second hand that I used to just run around in, which is easy. We've got the power coming from there. We've got all our snow foam cannons, wheel brushes, a couple of buckets. So here's the beast in question. This is an Audi S-Line, and as you can see, oh Holly, what have you done? This car needs some real Jonny love. What a lovely colour though. I've been nagging Holly for a long time to get this car done, because I just love this colour. And I just thought this would be a great, cool video to do on for YouTube. Little Q3. I think this is a lease car, so I don't think when it's your own car, it's a bit different, isn't it? You give it a little bit more extra love. But as you can see, normal dirt and dust and grime all over the vehicle. But the weather's looking absolutely crap here in, I'd say sunny Slough, but it's pretty shit. So let's crack on with this car. So as you can see, after rinsing and taking the top layer of dirt off, this is really, really extreme iron fallout. This is going to need an acid to get rid of some of that dirt. So we're not going to be able to go as far as we want because we want a certain time limit, but we'll get as much as we can. We're going to use a citrus pre-wash by Garage Therapy to kick on with this, which will be lovely. But yeah, there is a ton of tar on this, so we might have to revisit this in a later video to do a decon wash. So let's get on with the pre-wash and see how we get on. The only thing about these is that when you've got a big pump sprayer, they last the whole way around the car. This is the pains of a mobile detailer. That's better spray, isn't it? One of the things that happens if you overfill these is you do need air to make it work better. So 75% is a good number to fill these cans up. Cam. So the product of choice is going to be the Auto Glim Clean Wheels. This is an acidic wheel cleaner. Now it comes from Halfords at a ratio of 1 to 10. I've obviously got it in neat format because I'm in the trade. So with this kind of level of brake dust you got on here, probably 1 to 3, 1 to 4 would probably be best one, but you've got to be careful because these are diamond cut wheels. So let's crack on and see how this works at 1 to 10 ratio. Make sure you wear glasses with this because it is absolutely potent, this stuff. Let's see how we get on with that. Continue the process for all 4 wheels. Some people worry about putting acid on wheels, but what they don't realise is this car has spent most of its life going through car washes. And as not as that's a great idea, they're probably using neat acid on the wheels to get them cleaned. So a ratio of 1 to 10 is still a huge improvement. The one thing I love about using these trigger sprays is that actually you use less product and it's more effective. Sometimes you use a pump sprayer, you can just spray it everywhere but the areas you want it to go on, and you can then just wasting product. As much as it's a bit of a slower process, it's actually a bit more methodical. Make sure you don't stand downwind when it comes to acid. One of the luxuries of using spotless water is, now that we've got the wheels on, we want them to dwell for 10 minutes. We can now go around and do the rest of the car while that's dwelling. We really need to allow that product to eat for as long as possible. And could be possibly doing the wheels at the end of the process because of the amount of time it takes to do it. If you're sat there staggering around on wheels for so long, you're wasting time. It's got to be about efficiency and getting on the job and off the job as quick as possible. So let's get stuck in with the pre-wash. Just need to keep the wheels moist so that we don't dry that acid out. That's so important, just keep an eye on that all the time. So just applying a little bit of Garage Therapy wheel shampoo. That's going to now sit on top of the acid, keep it lubricated, keep it encapsulated, so that we can keep working on that product to keep eating the way through that brake dust. So while the snow foam's dwelling and so's the wheel acid, what I go around and do first of all, while I'm waiting for this to dwell, is I go around and do all 4 tyres. Scrub all the 4 tyres, make sure they're all done, because that's one of the dirty jobs to fix. This is now ready to come off. We're going to rinse this off, and we're also going to rinse off the wheel acid, ready for the contact wash on the wheels. Now, I will stress again, we don't have to worry about the conditions are so cold out here. We're using spotless water, so if anything dries on the paintwork, we are really, really safe, so don't worry. A little hack to get around the car without having these cords getting stuck underneath it. Let's see if that works. Now remember, always to leave the front wheels last to clean, because they are the ones that have the most brake dust. Because the brake biases on most cars are 70-30, 30 at the back, 70 at the front, so that's where all the brake dust is going to be collected. So let's take a closer look and see how citrus and garage therapy snow foam has worked out on this vehicle. So, not quite touchless, but good enough, especially with something like this that hasn't been washed for, God knows how long. 6 months maybe 6 months. So, that's what happens though when you've got fresh paint on a car, or a good new car. They don't hold on to things as well as older cars. So this should come up to a really good standard. I hope I got some tar and glue on me, because that's going to really make a difference to increasing the clarity of the paintwork. Excellent. Time for food. So now we're going to go into the contact wash, and instead of using the 2 bucket wash, I'm going to use the 1 bucket wash. Very controversial in the detailing world, but because I've gone through a pre-wash, snow foam, and now I'm going to add some shampoo as a contact wash, that's going to give me the extra lubricity, so I won't need to go to my bucket, but I will use my bucket as a rinse bucket instead. So that's going to remove all the grit and all the dirt. Let's get stuck in and see how this works. So now we're going to go into the contact wash. We've got the Garage Therapy wash mitt. This thing is gigantic. It probably holds about a litre of water, it's that big. I'm always a little bit concerned about the fibres on these, on certain soft paints. So what I do use if you've got a soft paint is I use the Rag Company's Magic Black Sponge. I find that's absolutely phenomenal on soft paints, so just a top tip. But this Audi paint, this will be absolutely fine, so it'll be no problem at all. We're now going to lace this up with a little bit of shampoo. We've got our rinse bucket set up, so let's get in and get this contact wash done. One thing, if you've got a K10, make sure you turn them off. The lubricity on this is absolutely outstanding. I've got a really good top tip in a minute for glass, which I can't wait to show you. So, into my rinse bucket. There we go. I don't go all the way down to the plastics. I'll use one of my brushes to get down there. Let's give them a good scrub. And flip. So we're going to come back around to do all the badges and all the little intricate areas with a brush. So when you're washing, you don't need any pressure at all when it comes to using your wash mitt. Just let the wash mitt do the work. It's heavy enough with all the water in it. Just let it do the thing. When you spend hours polishing cars and you know that one dry wipe, one dry cloth can do damage, trust me, pressure is not your friend when it comes to cleaning cars. So now it's time to go around with some citrus pre-wash and go around and do all the badges, all around these areas here, all into these little nooks and crannies. And even the disgusting fuel cap. No one likes the filthy flaps. Let's get this rinsed off. So now the final rinse is done, we've got to tap these wheels and make sure we've got enough water in the tank to clean the rest of the car. So we've only got a tiny bit of water left. So what we've done is put our rinse water back in the wheel bucket. We're going to use this just to rinse the wheel brushes. We applied some wheel shampoo for our garage therapy. So this is going to be our lubrication. And we've got our easy wheel detail brush. So what we're going to do now is just leave this on to just sit for a little bit while it's been agitated, do the other back wheel, and then obviously we can rinse that off and see if we've got all that brake dust off. All 4 wheels done, ticked off. This is now dwelling. But you can see the amount of dirt that's come out of this one. So let's get this rinsed off and see what we've got to finish. The great thing about doing it this way around, by the way, is yes, okay, you can get dirt and overspray onto the vehicle after you've cleaned it. But with spotless water, the best thing about it is this is now drying while I'm waiting. So look, the car is looking so much better. I haven't got to worry about water spots, drying the car, all that stuff. It's all happening while I'm doing it. So all about efficiency. That £8 I spent on water has really paid off for this result. And look at that, that's when the water ran out. Perfect timing. That is on the money. That worked great. But yeah, look. These alloy wheels, 10 times better. Still a bit of fallout in there and stuff, but we're gonna go home, we're gonna do a haircut, and we're gonna come back and try and hit the interior. I'll see you in a bit. So for my first outing on the road, not a bad job. I think the X5 obviously isn't the biggest for like a van, but it's still doing the job. We got the clean car done. This is like just a basic wash, nothing too fancy, but still a lot better than the car wash. Going through the pre-wash, citrus, snow foam, and Garage Therapy Decon shampoo. Car looks absolutely amazing. I'm so buzzing. Right, need to get home now and get this haircut done. Let's get home. So now we brought the car back to HQ. We want to get the interior done. So we're going to get the mats out. We're going to give this a really good hoover and a vac. We're going to use a Tornador, which is going to blast all that dust out that you can see in the mats. They are absolutely sodden with sand and dust. So this is going to be a heavy, heavy work. So let's get stuck into it. Ouch. Isn't that just a quicker way of doing mats? They'd be better with a bit of steam clean, but that's not what we're going to be doing today. So because it's a fairly new car, it's not in that bad condition, let's be honest. So I've seen worse on interiors. So we're going to get all this stuff off the seats first. We're going to go from top to bottom, getting everything on the floor before we start hoovering. So we're going to drill brush all this out. We're going to get the torn door out now to blast all this stuff out. So this is the Tornador Black. This is the Z020 RS. It's a fantastic product. Inside this chamber, we have got some Car Pro inside. It's a really, really nice smelling product. I've diluted down from 1 to 4 because it's such a strong product. You can use it neat, but on this kind of a gentle cleanup, you don't really need it. So 1 to 4 is going to be perfect. So the great thing about the Tornador is it has on the side here this little latch which you can use to dry off stuff and also use the product to wet stuff. So we're going to use it on the dry function first to blow out all the areas where the dust and dirt are, get rid of everything from top to bottom off the dust, and then obviously left with just a big hoover and a cleanup. But stay tuned because we've got the next Tornador on, which is connected to the rotor door, which is going to get all that dust and grime out of those carpets. So let's get stuck into it. Power. Now what I like to typically do when it comes to interiors is blast everything from the back to the front, and that makes life a lot easier. So all I've got at the front now is to get everything tied up. If you start chasing everything around with the hoover and the Tornador, you're going to go backwards and forwards all day long. Obviously, don't forget to put the seats forward first. Give yourself that access that you need. Whew. Look at that. That is beautiful, isn't it? Now, one tool I do like using is the Blow RS, which is the car dryer. That just literally gets rid of stuff very, very quickly. Do you know what? we're going to get the blow RS out. There's no function on the nozzle to turn it on and off. Now the big boy blower has got that built into it now, which is great, but I use these of Amazon. They're a fantastic little bit of kit and they've lasted me for like 2 years now. So all I do, plug that straight into my extension lead. Straight into my extension lead. Plug this in. That means now, when I'm working, I can switch this on. And number 5, Mumbo number 5. There we go. And she's up and ready. So, this is the nozzle I use for interiors. This is much easier to blow stuff out. So, number 5 is alive. Right, time to get out the Hoover and get stuck in. And I've got a Cransel Ventos. Time to connect the big guns. Let's take off the nozzle. The adapter for the cransel. Air compressor, check. Now we have door power. So that's a wrap. This Audi S3 is done. Looking a lot better than usual. It's gone through a bit of a transformation. So we finished off with a little bit of the Garage Therapy tyre serum. It has been a bit of a Garage Therapy day today, hasn't it? Let's be fair. Interior looking 10 times better and refreshed. Ready to go back to its rightful owner. It's a beautiful colour. Nice and fresh. I was just waiting for Holly to come and collect her car, and then we'll pass you back over and see her reaction. Right, so guys, that's a wrap. One lovely looking car. Delivered, dropped off, signed, sealed, and fantastic. I've got to say, this was an emotional journey. A lot of work to do today, cutting hair, cleaning cars, but this car came up absolutely fantastic. Thanks a lot to Capital Hair and Beauty for letting me do this for my content, and I'll see you guys in the next video. See you soon.